Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba Hashem, Rakah Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who rule well. And Shalom to all the brothers in the work, Syrian truth. Um, yeah, just kind of went to cover this article on RT, basically going into how, this maxxine passport, which they've been rebranding it at every turn, at every turn. Trying to make it more appealing. It says what France becomes first EU state to trial C maxxine certificate for all of Europe. Yeah, because I think Europe said they're going for a standardized system. So yeah, I think they might just be trying it, but then everyone else will be fucking with the same thing. It's kind of kind of like with how the states. Biden said he's looking to do the same thing, to essentially standardize it rather than each state doing their own thing. Which that's a lot of what you've seen with the responses to this thing going around. It's essentially resulted in Esau having more consolidating power, and then minimize, chipping away at the middle class. So that a lot of people that without doing businesses and whatnot, they're not really there. So it's essentially then you got the people that are, run those big super companies that are extensions of the New World Order, and then you got the guys on the bottom, which are reliant upon, either slaving for Amazon or something to that effect, or just relying on the government handouts, which that's something that's been developed heavily over the course of the last year, pretty much globally. That's been a thing. So these maxxine passports. Well, let's read about it. It says France has become the first country in Europe to embrace a digital sea travel certificate system. A controversial electronic maxxine passport similar to those that have surfaced in Israel and parts of the US. The TUS Anti-C app is slated to debut next Thursday, a year after the concept was devised in Brussels to serve as a route framework for a contact tracing program and immunity passport for France. Yeah, so it's going to be tied up with that track and trace thing. It's funny, I say it's funny, it's like you're going to have your location and what you're doing unlocked, man. It's kind of funny with these kind of apps, but that's why a lot of people doing that shit already. With Facebook had the check-in system where it'll track you where you're going, and then you can check and say you're at a certain place. When you take pictures, blah blah blah, then all your friends will see, oh, okay, they're there doing that. So, that's become far more normal than, whereas if you were to go back 40, 50 years, people wouldn't really be fucking with that shit. They wouldn't be as on it, but it's like what now, especially with smartphones and with how Google and Facebook and all these big companies, they kind of link everything together, it gives you the ease of use, but then it gives them all the information on what you're doing, what your interests are, all these different things. Unless the information Esau uses, along with his AI to kind of work out how to deal with the masses, man. So this is what going forward, it will be expanded to include maxxine data as well, with the relevant information stored on users' smartphones. Yeah, so it's gonna have the maxxine. That's like the next main part of all of these kinds of systems. So that says, use smart. During trial, travelers will be registered as they pass through connection points in Corsica and overseas departments similar to counties in France. Paris hopes the design will not just confirm the positive or negative test status of users, but also track their vaccination status. Yeah, so that's kind of what they're doing, because they're starting off with like, okay, a positive, or well, just the test status. If you got a negative test, they'll be like, yeah, cool, do what you're doing. If you get a positive, they'll just be like, nah, go on lockdown, bro. Get in the house. The headlock you, suplex you into the suplex you into the house, man, to stay put. So it says, starting on April 29th, the trial system can be used to verify whether the carrier has been vaccinated or not. An official told Le Monde on Tuesday. The system will subsequently serve as one part of a reinforced, consolidated and standardized pan-European system. Okay, so there's going to be more to it. So it says, according to the Minister of Digital Transition, Cedric O, who's been in contact with the other airlines and major airlines, with other countries and major airlines in an effort to set up functional, glitch-free systems going forward. Yeah, so it's with the the airlines. It's all this information is gonna be central, because that's essentially what it's gonna be. You're gonna have all your details slowly piling up in one location, which is something I think other countries have more as standard, but like the States really doesn't. Like the UK. Certain things that certain things where they have this place on lock as well. Like it says, it's the most CCTV cameras, man, in the city. Because why? And that's something that, if you've been in London for a while, it's like it's ramped up to a kind of mad level. So that says, okay, European Commissioner for Justice Didier Reinders referred to the system as a digital green certificate using similar terminology to that used in Israel, and suggested it will be completely operational by June 21st. He expressed the need to get rolled out as soon as possible, given the economic doldrums, and it's people are gonna be accepted, and like they're gonna be cheering when it arrives. Why? They're gonna be cheering because it's gonna let them go back to their normal life, man. To go on holiday, going to going to the club, going to concerts, going to wherever, doing whatever. Which is that's the main thing people are looking to do, man. The bread and circuses. These men don't want them broken down in the slightest. They want to stay invested in the system. Okay. Passholders will. Okay, so in its current form, pass holders who take a C19 test will receive a text message they can print or store in their TUS Anti-C app, streamlining the ease of entry to the desired department by including their name, the date, and the type of maxxine or test they took. The look and details about the doctors who tested them. The information has been the information can be cross-checked with. Wait, hold on. By using name, date, and type of maxxine, or details of the doctor who tested information we cross-check with the national database. Okay, so it's I'm gonna direct you to the doctor who's gonna have all your other records. So it's essentially like system of consolidating. Okay. Yeah, I thought so. So I said the officials involved have deliberately avoided referring to the program as a maxxine passport, lest it go down in flames or scare away French people who are disturbed by the idea of a maxxine passport. Yeah, they've the marketing game's done their work. Cause that's what I said, bruv. This title, what was it? EU State Trial C maxxine certificate, a digital C travel certificate. That's men are doing the utmost, but what it's about compliance. That's what all this is being pushed out for. It's what for the sake of compliance, and that's what people are looking to do now. People are ready to comply, man. People want to be able to have their fun, man. That's as far as they know. That's the whole point of being alive, man. To come out here and have some fun and enjoy themselves. TUS Anti-C is similar to the pilot American vaccination passport rolled out in New York earlier this month. A certificate called the Excelsior Pass, which ultimately offers very little except the promised future peace of mind that the holder will be able to easily pass through checkpoints once other US states climb aboard the Vaccination Express. However, unlike Europe, unlike Europe, the US has already seen a handful of states propose to ban the electronic certificates or outright ban them via executive order, creating a potential wrinkle in the rollout of the nationwide maxxine passport system in the US. Yeah. So it's the just kind of essentially forcing on the people. But yeah, Esau's main focus is what is that compliance, which that's what he's getting. People are eating it, man. As the French have already ruled out that TUS Anti-C use to control entry to bars and restaurants, though it's been approved for concerts, festivals, and of trade shows. Yeah, so it's not for now, but you'll see in time, and that's the thing as well. Is all these things Esau, he says one thing. It's like with Boris, man. This guy said, "Oh, yeah, we're kind of looking at maybe we'll use it for international travel, but we'd never use it domestically." Then like, oh yeah, you push through saying, yeah, if you want to, you can do it. It's there. We ain't gonna stop you. So it's like, yeah. These men are, yeah, men are basically what's the word? Fencing people in, man. So Psalm 64:1 it says, "Hear my voice, O Most High, in my prayer. Preserve my life from the fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongues like a sword and mend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words." And yeah, Esau spitting out them bitter words, man. Bending them arrows. And he's doing these things why? Because he's thinking about his end goal, which is having, cementing his new world order, man. Getting everything locked in. Because these guys are dropping, man. You had, what's his name? Prince Philip over here drop out. Drop dead like a few weeks back. It's even a few weeks back. It's like a week and change, man. Cause yeah, you got actually no, it might be less. Cause that guy got thingied real quick. Maybe just about a week. But what? Yeah. These guys are they're up in age and they're looking to see this thing cemented, man. So yeah, that's why they're hey, Revelation 12:12. Esau what he's gonna come with that great wrath because he knows he has a short time. So this is what that they may shoot in secret the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. Yeah, shoot in secret the perfect. That's the ultimate goal. Yeah. They encourage themselves in evil matter. They commune of laying snares privately. They say, who shall see them? They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. Yeah. So Esau's, he's done that diligent search. He's deeply inquired and looked into these things, man. That's why they switched from just saying, oh, maxxine, passport, to C certificate, travel, blah blah blah, all that shit. Because why? They know with the market they can just change up nothing, and then they just said, okay, yeah, this is what we're delivering. Yeah. Yeah, I'll leave it there. Yeah, these things, it's you can see it's evidently getting pushed out, man. So what? Once Eve finishes with this one, they're gonna roll out the rest, just like in the States. And hey, these things, so Esau's consolidating that power, man. Yeah. Shalom. Shalom.